Howdy, my beautiful Aries. How are you doing, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today I'm going to be getting into your weekly tarot reading, Aries, for February 2022. All right, darling. So if you enjoy this tarot reading here today, honey, or you just enjoy my vibe, Aries, I would appreciate it if you were to give this video a like and subscribe, because it does help me out a lot, and I always appreciate it. And let me know in the comments below which tarot cards resonate with you. All right. So be sure, Aries, to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign to get the full spectrum of what's going down in your life in specific, darling. As well, be looking for the code word that pops up somewhere in this video here below, or in this video rather, and then you write it down in the comments below, and then you get entered into a chance to win a free tarot reading by me. All right, Aries, so let's just see where the vibes are at for you, darling. Let's see what it is you're currently dealing with. All right. So we have the Six of Swords coming in for you, Aries. All right. Moving on from something, but what is it? Right? What is it? Ooh, okay, now, Aries, you have the World energy stepping forward to you, darling. Okay, so moving on, putting a closure to a chapter. You have seen it, you have done it, and you're moving on to a whole new book, darling. All right, and then the Queen of Pentacles energy here. All right, so you've put yourself first in some situation here, Aries, right off the bat, just taking this first row in. You're putting yourself first. You know, especially with the Six of Swords artwork, this is like a very bittersweet energy in a lot of ways, because it's like you're not wanting to have to transition on in some ways, but at the same time, you know, this is what's best for you, right? As the Queen of Pentacles. So one, I just want to celebrate you, Aries, in regards to having to do this, right? I know this wasn't an easy decision to put the ending to a book, ending to a chapter here in your life, especially because the Queen of Cups in the back of the deck here. Some of y'all had to walk away from a person. Some of y'all had to walk away from a situation that was really close to your heart for a very long time. You thought this energy was going to be your partner in crime. You thought this energy was going to be a part of your life for longer than what it ended up being. But at some point in time, it started turning sour here. At some point in time, Aries, it just wasn't giving what it needed to give, right? The in reverse for you for this week, Aries, is the Two of Wands. All right. Now with this Two of Wands energy, darling, because this is in the reverse, you realize something was holding you back, essentially, and that's why you had to make the decision of walking away here, right? Of closing out this cycle. You realize something had the expiration date of a situation in your life came to pass here, and so you guys are really, I feel like, involved in Spirit's guidance right now, personally. I feel just because of how in tune you are with how, like, when you need to move on from something. All right, I do feel as if for you, Aries, this is the best decision that you could be making for yourself because of this Queen of Pentacles here. All right, the Queen of Pentacles obviously refers to like your finances, but you know, Pentacle energy is your earth energy, which is dealing with the earthly desires, Aries here. So let's see what happens from this. All right, so I celebrate you guys already, Aries, again, from choosing to move on, not fighting for a cycle to stay relevant in your life anymore. All right, you guys are really being the big person here, and I celebrate you, especially if, you know, because of that Queen of Cups energy. I acknowledge just how close to your heart this situation is, so it must not have been easy, right? You have this hermiting energy under your Six of Swords, Aries. All right, so definitely you're moving on, and this is like part of the journey where you are riding solo for a little bit. Are you used to riding solo, Aries? Is this something that you're comfortable with here? You know, it's my question to you. You have as well the Hanged Man under your World energy. Very powerful, actually, when you have this Hanged Man here, Aries. I'm going to tell you why. Because in this dynamic here, it's like you're seeing things differently now. Some of you guys, you may have started seeing some person, some relationship in your life that just, you know, one, wasn't serving you. Like, you could see far off into the future, or see like how things were going to be going further along. You're like, oh, this isn't going to get me to the destinations that I need to be getting to. Right, that's why you're seeing the Two of Wands artwork. It's an individual who is looking far off into the future, or long off into the distance, right? And so yeah, you see like this person, even in terms of like a job here, Aries, it's like some of you guys are really deciding to put your 2 weeks into a situation, or even choosing to drop out and change to a different major in your life here, Aries, because just like you have like a life epiphany, I feel, right? The Hanged Man situation, you're seeing things from a different perspective. You know that this part of the journey is like very much so new for you, and you're even each day by day, each even hour by the hour, you're learning more about yourself here. Like, I don't think you saw yourself doing this major move in your life even like a month ago. I feel as if for you, Aries, something kind of just came up for your own internal situation where you're just like, oh, wait, I got to change this up, right? And so let's take a look at your Queen of Pentacles here. Three of Swords. All right. This is under your Queen of Pentacles, Aries. All right. And so again, this speaks about the pain, but you also acknowledge like what it is that you had to walk away from. Well, yes, you ideally, best case scenario, wanted to have this be part of your life for a much longer time. You realize that this just wasn't, it just is like you're sabotaging your own future to maintain whatever this connection is that you had to walk away from. So I celebrate you guys in that. Let's get into your third row now, Aries. Let's see what else we can expound on. All right. With that Hermit energy and this Hanged Man and Three Swords, it's crazy. You know what? Before we pull these cards, I want you to like expound on this row just on its own here, Aries, if you can give me a moment here. All right. So with this Three of Swords, Hanged Man, and Hermit energy here, what might have happened was something causing you pain, where it's just like the last straw, the camel that broke, the straw that broke the camel's back, rather, right? And so for many of you, Aries, this sense of awareness came from pain. But the thing about this is, it's like even during this, like after you saw things differently and you realized you had to make a change in your life here, again, I feel like this is like the journey. Now this part of the journey for you now is like more learning about yourself here. Even if you're disconnecting from a social situation, Aries, I don't feel as if you're walking into a new social situation. I feel as if for many of you guys, Aries, you're interested in learning more about yourself, finding more of your own personal purpose in life here. Let's continue on, Aries. Ooh, girl, come on, that card just comes flying out, honey. So under your Hermit and your Six of Swords energy, you have the Ten of Cups. So the thing about this is, Aries, well, yes, this part of the journey you're going to be riding solo. Well, yes, currently right now, darling, you are having to disconnect from something that you held closely to you. Maybe at one point in time it did fulfill you, right? But you had to walk away from it. This Ten of Cups is the after the result of it all right? You still end up getting everything that you have been desiring, Aries. You still get, you know, you're really just transitioning. You've grown as a person of who you are, really, Aries. And so you get the affirmation here where it's like the path that you're leading right now, while it probably feels very foreign, where it feels very lonely and isolating right now, just know your destination is that Ten of Cups, where you still get to that family. You still get to have that fulfillment. Every single check box checked off, right? And so just know, Aries, like this is the best, like as I said for you at the beginning, like this is the best thing that you could have done for yourself here. You have the Hierophant coming in under the World Energy and Hanged Man. Interesting how we have a full row diagonally of Major Arcana here, Aries, all right? But this Hierophant energy, I mean, this is fabulous here. The Hierophant energy traditionally is known as the card of marriage, Aries. It's known as the card of, you know, going up. You'll see even in the artwork, Aries, of it going up in this, like, stairs behind this individual. So you're going up in the ranks. This is another card of signifying, like, you ascending or just growing as an individual, Aries. And so what it is that you're going into, especially with the Ten of Cups here, I see for many of you, Aries, getting into much more fulfilling relationships in your life, whether that's platonically, romantically, business even as well. You're going into a place that's going to be a lot more secure, but right now you have to go into the journey of the soul, you know, ride it solo for a little bit to figure yourself out more, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to feel truly fulfilled is by learning more about yourself rather than continuing in the ways that you always used to be going into, right? The Hanged Man being the heart of your energy here. the heart of your spread, Aries, speaks volumes, because it's like you're doing a complete 180 in some facet in your life here, and this is very transformative for you. Again, I don't think you saw this coming even for yourself, darling, like a month ago, maybe even like 2 weeks ago. Maybe this is very sudden for you. All right. So under your Queen of Pentacles and Three of Swords energy, darling, we have the Wheel of Fortune coming in here. All right. This is how you get the Wheel of Fortune turning in your favor, darling. The ball starts going, darling, right when you you Aries starts making this move, really. You're really, this reading is turning out to be, Aries, like such a affirming reading for many of you Aries who already have started this journey of the Six of Swords here that we started out your reading with. For others of you Aries, I feel like this is going to be the affirming message for you to let you know, Aries, that it's time for you to move on. That I hope that for those that haven't already started that transition process, this gives you the strength, Aries, to do this. All right, because while I acknowledge this is going to be a little bit spooky for you, right, because you're having to do something that you really were not anticipating having to be pushed to be doing here, your end result of this story, while yes, right now you're going to be riding solo, while yes, right now everything's going to be very foreign to you, Aries, everything becomes extremely fulfilling, darling. Everything just turns out in the ways that you were hoping for that first situation that you ended up having to unfortunately walk away from. Everything that you wanted in this first situation that you were the most optimistic about, darling, that you didn't end up getting, you get it. You get exactly that and then some, darling. All right. After you go through this Hanged Man, this Hermit, and just healing process. Some of you guys are going to be really working through a lot of shadow work right now, Aries. And so I'm not going to sit here and pretend as if for you, Aries, your February is going to just be about rainbows and sunshines and all this. No, it's, shadow work is painful. Shadow work is like, you have to hurt your own feelings and not be afraid of it, right? And it's like digging up through rough past traumas to really figure things out, Aries, like, but you get the affirmation, at least, that what it is that you're putting yourself through now, what you're doing now, is going to be setting you up so beautifully in the future. So whether this is in terms of a job, education, a relationship in your life, friendship, family, moving across the country, states, wherever you are, cities, all right, know your story ends up being so fabulous here. Don't ignore the Two of Wands being in the reverse for you, Aries. Don't ignore very obvious red flags that have been showing up in your life where you know that you can't really see yourself doing this for the long haul. You can't see yourself maintaining this situation here for the long haul. You know already that this isn't of service to you, and I know you know this. So let's get some final thoughts here, Aries, with tarot before we transition on. Let's see here. There's one card here that's flipped over. We're going to do one more bridge shuffle, Aries, and then I'll start pulling the clarifiers with this one. For those that are curious, Aries, I have the links in the description box, I believe. But what I did, I used the Light Seers Oracle deck as your spread, and this is the Line Strider Tarot deck that I'm using after right now, this white and blue deck. You have, darling, Six of Swords following through for you, Aries, all right? Six of Swords. Also the heart of your energy here. Your heart of the energy here. Crazy. Your next portion of your life is making a transition. You've outgrown a situation here. Seven of Pentacles, changing up what it is that you have invested into. The garden that you were growing for so long, now realizing you changed your mind. You don't want to grow green beans, darling. You want to grow avocados, right? And you know that growing avocados is not going to be profitable for 20 years before those avocado trees actually start bearing fruit. But when it does, darling, when it does, it's good. It's very prosperous. Trust and believe. Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Cups energy. So what is your avocado tree? All right. What is your avocado tree? Ace of Cups coming in here, Aries. Ace of Cups, by definition, that's new love. That's new opportunities, Aries. Ace of Cups is known as like your heart chakra. Is opening up. So you get extremely fulfilled here. You get fulfilled. You're exudating such radiance in the future here, Aries. You're going to be so thankful for honoring the Six of Swords energy. All right. I didn't bring this up beforehand, but you have the Queen of Swords in the back of the deck, another card where you are riding solo for a little bit here. In the back of this deck here, as well, is the Five of Swords. You're protecting yourself at this point in time, Aries, because again, while it's like, I don't feel like there's any type of malevolent energy here. You're doing damage control for your own life here. You're choosing to save yourself here. And I think that's the best thing for you. I'm just so happy for you. I really am just so proud of you, Aries, because I acknowledge how hard of a choice this probably was for all of you. So come on now, Aries. I celebrate you. All right, let's get into your oracle cards now to wrap up your reading. You have the grouse spirit coming in for you, Aries. This says express yourself through rhythm and movement by drumming and dancing. Maybe you guys are going into a more creative pursuit and getting out of that office job. Maybe in this journey of you walking away from that Six of Swords, you learn how to be more comfortable with your own expression and putting yourself out there. And that's how you get to your 10 of Cups here, right? Especially for those that are trying to build something and make something out of themselves through some type of creative expression. Be more unapologetically yourself, Aries. All right. Your moon oracle card for this week as well is the waxing crescent moon, because you need to have faith in your dreams, darling. You need to have faith in your dreams, Aries, all right? You know that what it is that you're able to create is going to be able to manifest, all right? And if you don't know it, allow me to tell you that it's capable. You are capable of it. And then you need to ask yourself, Aries, as to why you don't believe in it yourself. Why are you not being your biggest cheerleader, Aries, all right? So I'm going to give you some homework this week here, Aries. I'm going to give you a numerology number to be looking up, darling, at a later point in time. And there's going to be, whatever this number is, there's going to be a message in there for you. So look it up and research into it, darling, all right? So your number for this week is number 6, Aries, all right? You got the Sandpiper Spirit. Be playful. I'm noticing in your oracle cards here, Aries, is where you are being pushed to be more expressionate. Aries, you're being pushed to be more unapologetically yourself, releasing your inhibitions and just putting yourself out there in the most vulnerable state possible. There's something that you have desired for yourself for such a long time that I feel like you haven't been honoring for whatever the case is, whatever the reasoning is. And now is the time for you to really start honoring that energy and to really go forward and going after this, really, Aries. So that's the reading that I have for you today, Aries. I hope this provided some guidance for you in some way. All right. If you want to book a private reading with me, let me know in the comments. Or if you want to book a private reading with me, you don't have to let me know in the comments, darling. My website is linked down below, SimplyVelca.com in the pinned comments. Let me know in the comments as well, though, I suppose, darling, like, what is this about for you in your life? I would love to hear about it. Be sure to follow me on social media. I do live stream on TikTok every single day. Connect with me there. It's SimplyVelca, just like my Instagram, SimplyVelca. Everything is SimplyVelca, same as here. If you enjoy this tarot reading, be sure to give this a like and subscribe, darling, and I hope I can connect with you sometime in the near future. Bye, Aries.